NASCAR says they couldn't have done anything differently before the field wrecked because of rain in turns 1 and 2. Brett,
All right.
read my shirt. Be kind.
No.
I'm going to ask you a question before I be anything. Do you think the statement, we could not have done anything, is a wise statement to make after what just happened? Casey. We could not have done anything.
I think they said, I think we couldn't have done it.
Yeah. I mean, I think looking, I listened to the Sirius broadcast this morning and some fans' thoughts. I think
I'm sure you learned a lot on that.
they had some good perspective.
The fans, who hosts the morning show?
It was Mike and Pete.
Mike Bagley's the man. I love that.
Bagley is
He's
the
awesome.
I
You actually listen to a good show. They got one on there that sucks, but that one's good. Anyway, you're not making a point quick enough. So here's the reality, Casey. Did NASCAR have a spotter in turn 1?
Yes.
No. So what could they have done there? Could they have had a spotter in turn 1?
Yes.
Okay, so they could have done something. Okay, here's another idea. They could have had somebody at the damn Applebee's across the road call them and said, hey, it's raining over here at Applebee's. It's probably coming. They could have had a weatherman, a weather person, a meteorologist, or weather woman sitting in the booth with them in the middle of all this Florida weather that could have advised them. They could have literally taken the liability off their shoulders and said, meteorologist Freddie Kraft has advised us that rain is too close in the area. And as a result, we're going to suspend the race for right now to wait and see what happens with these pop-up showers. Could they have done that?
Yes.
3 years in a row, the leader has wrecked at a racetrack while leading due to rain. Texas, 2020. New Hampshire, 2021, Daytona, 2022. Do we see a trend here?
Yes.
They literally cannot keep. We just talked about last week how we looked unprepared at Bristol Dirt, how we looked unprepared last week at Watkins Glen with the rain. We're in Florida. We're plate racing. We're running 190 miles an hour. We wrecked 20 race cars or whatever the number was. Denny Hamlin came across the nose of Justin Haley, and I was like, holy cow, that's a hard hit. I hope he's okay. And obviously everybody else is in a wreck. I hope they're okay. We cannot do this. If you go back and listen to my radio, which was broadcasted on television.
We know.
That was only part of it. Before we went back green, clearly I'm leading the race. Do I want to see a caution extended while I'm leading the race? Of course I do. But I literally say over the radio, the rain behind turn 1 is so close to us, it is insane. Freddie, could you see how close it was? What was that noise?
Really?
Dramatic.
TJ's a moron. Did you see how close the rain was?
It was less than 4 or 5 miles maybe.
It was on the
it was
NBC
right
broadcast. It was.
So when you look at all of the things that you had your eyeballs. Nope. Look, if you want to come in and interrupt the whole show, that's one thing. If you want to go pee, go pee. If you want to sit down, start talking, sit down, start talking. But we're in the middle of something. Blowing the horn. I'm glad you're horny
TJ
this
doesn't want
morning.
to speak on this comment.
I'm
but
glad
he's
you're
going
horny
to.
this morning. So, to come out and say we don't think we could have done anything is a reckless statement.
Yeah.
Also, to have not done anything is a reckless action. I don't know why we can't have a spotter in turn 1. The spotter's in turn 2. I don't know if it was raining in turn 2. I know it was raining in the tri-oval. I know that the fan who sent the video out screaming when they came off of turn 2, he knew it was raining.
Yeah, 3/4 of a lap before.
That's 35 seconds. We know the rain is that close. The second anybody reports one raindrop, you got to throw the caution. Nobody ever reported a raindrop. And the whole committee's sitting in the booth. So they don't know it's raining unless they're looking out the window and they see the big raindrop. But why do we have to wait until if we're at Martinsville or if we're somewhere else, maybe I can be patient with it. Why do we have to wait until the track changes colors? Why do we have to wait until it's actually physically raining hard enough that we think the track's going to change colors? Why do we have to wait to throw a caution at a racetrack that is as dangerous as Daytona when the rain is imminent? It's coming. It's bearing down on us on turn 1. I mean, the cloud above the racetrack was forming over the top of us. We have enough technology right now. Again, we're a $1 billion industry. Go hire a weather expert. I've been saying I don't hear for 3 years.
Yeah.
I was available.
I mean,
I think you were home by then.
I was definitely. I was just landing.
even without a spotter in turn one, we know that they scan us. Like, and how many of us were up there saying it's raining? You know, like it's coming down the front stretch. It was raining. You know,
I don't know the answer to that.
And I mean, I've seen 3 or 4 guys tweeted alone that they were saying it. I know one of them's right here next to me. You know, like. Use us. Use us as a tool. If we say it's raining on us, like what? I don't understand it. I mean, it was visibly. You could see it from that fan's video. It's visibly raining, and that is at the entrance of turn one, or just up the straightaway a little bit, like pit road exit maybe. I don't know. It's there. But like you said, you can't say there's nothing we could have done differently there. I mean, that's not true.
NASCAR's PR department used to be, when I got here, one person. Danielle Fry, I think, was first. Tim Sullivan was second. They have since expanded into a rather large PR department. They like to tell us things that we say that are false on our podcast, which, again, we're an opinionated podcast. We're not telling you that we're giving you 100% facts all the time. But if you have that big PR staff around you, why do you send your guy out there that's your mouthpiece for the sport? And look, I don't know who decides who goes and talks in front of the camera, but give him better tools. I don't think there's anything we could have done there. Well, I just said 3 or 4 things you could have done.
Yeah. I mean, and
you better clean it up before you do it again.
And I don't know that these guys that are working the corner, guys and gals that are working in these corners, are not sometimes maybe afraid to call stuff. You know, like if they don't want to be part of the issue, I don't know. But like yesterday, there was the 41 blew a tire with like 5 to go. But we were the lucky dog, and Bubba's like, there's debris everywhere in turn one. So obviously I go down to Sacco, tell Sacco, my pit box is telling them down there. So we called in debris in turn one. I forget, I guess it was the flag stand saw it because it was in the one. They said, oh yeah, there's stuff there, but it's out of the groove. Where's the groove at Daytona?
Where's just the groove at Daytona?
I mean, I'm pretty sure we run every fucking lane there. I don't know how come something could be out of the groove unless it was in the grass. So, you know, that's just another observation, you know, like, I don't get it sometimes, but yeah, I
will give NASCAR major props for one thing. When they called the race on Saturday night at what felt like an hour too late and decided to run it at 10 a.m. the next morning. Props for that.
Surprised.
Instead of going for the 1, 2, 3 o'clock right in the middle of the afternoon.
It was supposed to be 2 o'clock.
2:30, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
thank goodness somebody had the sense to do that. And I'll give them major props to this. I know you weren't there for long, TJ, but
I wasn't there for long at all.
Major props for this. They were in a hurry. We didn't waste time under cautions, under stage breaks. We were on go mode like we should be every single week.
Maybe, I don't know, I kind of walked in late on that topic. One thing I was thinking about is it's going to be hard to cover every foot of these racetracks with a human element. You know what I mean? Like, but my problem, one thing I was thinking about is, where are the corner spotters?
There wasn't a guy in turn one.
But I'm saying in general, where are they?
I think they're just out. I don't think they use
Okay,
those Sunoco
I'll
bubbles.
tell you where they were. There's somebody in the flag stand. There's Kip in the pace car in the infield. And then there's somebody in turn 2 near the flag, the American flag back there.
Outside the track?
Outside. Yeah.
Outside the track.
I mean, to me, you need to have a spotter, probably somebody outside the track at these big tracks like this, Pocono.
But maybe
Daytona,
this
Talladega.
sounds crazy. It costs $15 an hour to hire a security guard. But maybe you need a spotter that's a quarter mile away from the racetrack to tell you, hey, it's raining here.
Yeah.
We're not at Martinsville, Virginia. We're at Daytona where people die when they get in crashes.
Didn't we used to have like a helicopter that flew around? I thought we used to have something that like monitored weather.
I just don't know why we don't have a meteorologist. Why do we not have a meteorologist to advise us on Friday night what to do, to tell the fan base what's going on, to tell the people sitting in the stands waiting for something like that part?
How hard is it to just say, listen, you know, we've got just some kind of update. Like we've got a cutoff time of 8 o'clock. If it's still raining at 8 o'clock, we're not doing this tonight. Or if it's, you know, if it quits by 8, we're going to dry it. We're willing to start at 10:30. But there's
that info is always like a big secret.
We kind of get like we heard somebody.
I'm telling you what happened this weekend in the Xfinity Series race. They told the drivers, hey, we think we can get this thing dried and race in an hour. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell the media. Don't tell anybody. Let's keep this a secret with the drivers. Why don't you tell everybody so everybody wants to come watch the race? Why is it a f***ing secret that we're going to try to race in an hour? Did you hear that too?
I
Isn't
heard
that
that
the
same
goal?
thing.
To race?
That's the goal.
Yeah.
So why is it a
to
secret?
promote?
I don't
I
know.
thought it would be promoting the race would be a good idea too.
Yeah, I mean,
especially at that point.
we all have we have like notebooks in our heads on how long these tracks take to dry, how long the sun's been out that day, and how much rain has come down. We kind of do that formula in our heads every time it rains, right? I mean, hey, well, it's been raining all day. This is set in. I mean, Friday night, that thing was kind of moving out of the area. Saturday night, it was not. It was that rain that
building
set
up,
it.
not
Yeah,
down.
it was getting bigger right there. So you knew you weren't probably going to race. So, but we just don't know what TV's thinking a lot of times. Like, do they want to run tonight? Do they want to run tomorrow? And, I get tweeted about from Dale Jr. when I asked him earlier in the week,
you know why you ask? Because you want to know if you'd be home on Sunday or not to hang out with your family.
Yeah. So, that and like, you think I think they already know kind of what they
know.
want. Exactly.
100% they know.
So that guy,
They know the rain plan
Nah.
for Darlington
You call him an
today.
idiot?
well, I got a spot for him in the next couple days. So I'm gonna
You just said that guy, and you're gonna
that
let it
guy.
go.
We've got exciting news. OfferPad wants to buy your home. Go to OfferPad.com right now and tell them all about it. You'll receive a cash offer within 24 hours.